What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good today. We got a sister, man, who has 3 kids by 3 different men, and it seems that she feels the ball is in her court, and she feels that she has the power and to say so, right? That she's a prize. Now, of course, we always talk about this, but the fact that to this very day we still have women who feel this same way is just mighty crazy. Now, once again, nobody is saying that single mothers are down and out, that they can't find love or whatever. They definitely can, but it's about the mindset that you have. It's always about the mindset that you have. And when you have most of your women, most of your sisters, man, pushing this ideology that they don't need a man to raise a kid, they don't need a man to survive, they don't need a man to do anything. You just ask yourself, why do you feel that way, right? Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that way, right? When you sit over here and you put yourself in a bad position, you put yourself in a bad hole, you sit over here and have a crazy, wild past, and then you get older and then you come to your senses. What do you say? Oh, well, why are you worried about that? Why are you so focused on that? You need to be focused on the now. Just making excuses for you to accept them, right? For you to accept them. Now, once again, you got to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. Right now, the good is, hey, guess what? You're mature now, right? You're mature. You're in your late 30s. You already been ran through, or you already have a couple of kids, but now you want to take life seriously, right? You want to be more serious about life, right? So you're saying, hey, well, I want to find a man that's going to take care of me and cater to me and my child, this, that, and the third. I want a man who's going to do this. Okay, right? That's the good. But the bad is your past. And it's up to that man to pick and choose on whether he want to deal with that or not. And when you're sitting over here removing your good man away from you because, hey, he doesn't look cute enough, he's not this, he's not that, you then put yourself in a hole. Right, you then put yourself in a hole, because now most of your men are going to be like, I don't want to deal with that. And what do women then do? They try to guilt trip you. Well, you must be insecure. Well, you got to be a real man to be able to handle this. So you got to be a real man to be able to handle all of this, right? And once again, that's not something that your man want to have to do. Why do I have to be a real man to handle that when that's not even what I want, right? You will see what I mean in this video. Let's go ahead and check it out.
I'm not ashamed of my 3 kids, and if I wouldn't have the 3 baby daddies, I wouldn't have my 3 amazing kids. But for me, you have to accept me as a whole with a 4 unit. So it's either, are you even equipped to hold down this 4 fort?
And for me, it is just pretty much, once again, they always, a lot of you women try to turn a negative into a positive. Right? Oh, well, maybe it was meant to happen. Oh, well, maybe, like, once again, hey, well, God blessed me with 3 kids by 3 different men. You think God would want to do that? You think God would want to put you in that situation? Right? And once again, this is the rhetoric that you're going to get. This is the rhetoric that you're going to receive. Right? Well, you know what? Yeah, I had freaking sex with 5 different men and had 4 kids by them. Hey, guess what? Right? Hey, guess what? It doesn't matter. It does not matter, right? I know the math is off on that one. Hey, I got 5 kids by 4 different men, but hey, it doesn't matter, right? Because guess what? They are a blessing, right? So we are a package deal. Either you're going to take me or you don't. And then the thing is, she then tries to turn around and say, hey, well, and guess what, right? Can you really handle that? Can you handle a woman, man, who have thousands of children? And once again, most men are not going to want to do that. And this is where you have your false sense of reality, right? Where she thinks, man, hey, well, I'm a prize. Can you handle this? No, most of you men are not going to want to. It's not that they can't. It's most men don't want to. And a lot of times they can't because the parents don't allow it. The mother's not going to allow it. The baby father's not going to allow it. That's not something that a man even want to have to deal with. I got to sit over here and be told what to do in my household. I can't even discipline these kids who are disrespecting me in my household. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Let's go ahead and read those comments, man. Let's read those comments. So, surprisingly, this is what a sister said, right? A sister says, ma'am, you are not equipped to even be dating. A new relationship should be the last thing on your mind. Focus on your kids and multiple baby fathers. If a man comes along and wants to take on that burden, then okay, but you're in no position to make demands. And that's what I'm saying. She's making it seem as if she's the prize, as if, hey, like, yo, can you handle me? can you handle a woman with 4 kids? Question is, and here are going to be the guys' answers. We can, but the question is, do we want to? So someone says she's talking like she's a prize with a side of fries. That is crazy. Somebody else says 3 dudes calling, 3 dudes texting, and 3 dudes pulling up at your house. No, right? Once again, this is what you are willing to carry. This is the baggage that men are willing to carry if they become stepfathers. This is what they're willing to take on. This is the burden that they're willing to take on, right? Once again, kudos to you if you want to do that, right? But I'm telling you right now, is this not the smartest idea, right? So here's a long one, right? Here's a long one, man. So this chick says, this is why women want abortions, right? She then goes on to say, because they get bashed if they have children and were married, right? Bashed if they have children and were single. Bashed for keeping the children and moving on from a relationship that didn't work. So it's no wonder they want to, once again, use that word, their wombs so much. And once again, that word again, abhor, is against my value system. Before anyone decides to bash me for even commenting, LOL. But I mean, they're gonna get bashed regardless of what they do, no matter in what order. Even if they have no children and don't want any, still bashed. Laugh out loud. You're just not good enough, no matter what. LOL. Here's what I tell you, right? Here's what I can tell you. It sounds like she's just trying to bomb me, right? It sounds like she's just saying it, because it seems like this is what she must be going through, right? She's probably a single mother. She's probably a single mother going through it, right? And now I'm getting bashed because once again, it's really, pick better men, right? That's all that is. Now I know it's cliche. I know it's easy to say, well, pick better men, but once again, it is pick better men. You choose who become a baby father, right? All this is just making excuses. All this is just making excuses, right? All this is just making excuses. So then she goes on to say, even if they have no children and don't want any, still bash. No, they're not. But once again, she goes on to say, laugh out loud, you're just not good enough, no matter what. Laugh out loud, the end. But 3 different men with 3 different children is outlandish, especially for a man, because men don't usually have full custody and therefore lack control over their lives. To maintain healthy relationships to their children, but having to stay in close proximity to those children to be in their lives. Always having to try and be in 3 places at once. At least her children are all under one roof. But again, she still bashed regardless. But once again, this is just pretty much just excuse. Sister, that's probably going through the same thing, because hey, guess what? This is what I put on myself. And guess what? Hey, all I want is people to just overlook it. And that's all we've ever done is overlook it. We can't keep overlooking this stuff. We can't keep overlooking it. So, of course, I had to open it up. Somebody says, well, stop opening up your effing leg. Somebody else says, or use protection, take responsibility. Somebody else says, women control access to sex and can therefore tell a man if he doesn't wrap up, he can't get it. But no, y'all want to spread them wide, then be wanting a pity party when you stuck with the kid, and that's just a fact. Somebody else says, sorry SF, right? So somebody else goes on to say, man, and now we're just going back to the regular post. Somebody else says, logically, I'm very equipped to not deal with that, right? So somebody else says, when will we plan to bring back shame? Somebody else says, it's 7 of y'all. You, your 3 kids, and the 3 baby daddies, right? Somebody else says she's not looking for a relationship. She's looking for help. And then this is the biggest one right here. This is what sums up that whole video. Begging with authority. That's all that is, begging with authority. Somebody else says, classic move. Shame men for not wanting to deal with your baggage. Somebody else says, single forever. Somebody else says, you're right, love. A jigger ain't equipped at all. You got it. Somebody else says, go figure. And unstable women demanding stability from a man. And then somebody else says, 4, nah, we are good. And once again, man, because men are not trying to put up with somebody else's shh. No man is trying to put up with somebody else's ish. But this is where a lot of you women try to guilt trip you. Like that whole little statement. Women is trying to guilt trip you. Hey, well, you know what? Maybe we need to stop maybe we need to stop getting all of these women. Maybe we need to stop bashing these women, when that's not the case. That's not the case. We're just saying, please keep your legs closed. You, once again, you control sex. If you control sex, you control who get in you. So then don't consider it complaining. Oh, well, you know, y'all bash me if I don't have kids, when I marry, y'all bash it. We don't, right? We don't, right? The only people that we do have something to say about are the ones who do not want to take responsibility, who do not want to take accountability. That's all that is. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.